Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Australian Federation of Ukrainian Organisations and the Ukrainian World Congress, which represents 20 million Ukrainians outside of Ukraine, I welcome you to this rally of supporting values. This is not just a Ukrainian rally, this is an all-Australian rally. And we want to send two basic messages. The first message to Mr Putin. You are not welcome, we don't want you here, and you've got an interpretation of shirt front. I'll give you another one now to get your interpreters. Get on your bike. Get on your bike and go home. Why are we saying get on your bike, go home? You are not part of the international community. You have flaunted with the international community. In every society you have a checklist. Let's go through the checklist of Mr Putin. As we speak today, in Britain, there is a rally similar to this with the Ukrainian community and the Georgians. Why? Because in terms of Georgia and other places, you've shown that you have no respect. Let's go to the east of Ukraine and to Crimea. You said there were no Russian armed forces. Yet you got over 10,000 armed forces to leave. You lied to the community. The MH17. Remember, there are 38 Australians like us who perished. Their families today are probably very, very upset and hurt that Mr Putin is in Australia. Mr Putin, you signed in July this year at the UN a resolution that you would cooperate with the international community in terms of the investigation. So what happened yesterday, Mr Putin? Your representative in Australia today decided to say that it's Ukraine's fault. You're a liar. What are you, Mr Putin? You're a liar. You're a liar. Let's continue with the checklist, Mr Putin. You said that you wanted to cooperate with the international community. You are not cooperating with the international community. And I want to say here in terms of the Australian government, that the Australian government has been a leader, and we take our hats off to the Prime Minister and to the Minister for Foreign Affairs, who have very, very well articulated what Mr Putin is all about. Today's statement by the Prime Minister to Putin, if you want to be a power, then do it in a positive way. Do not try to recreate Tsarist Russia. And what have Ukrainians been saying day in, day out? He's doing nothing more than trying to recreate what was the former Soviet Union. Therefore, we're saying to you, Mr Putin, you do not have a seat at that table. But, unfortunately, some of the members of the G20 insisted. So our call today is to President Obama and to others, those who wanted him here, those who thought that Mr Putin would see a kangaroo in Australia and would say, oh my God, I better do something. It's not going to happen. You need to stand up, and the G20 today needs to have some resolutions which will hit the Russian economy hard. The only way to bring him down is ultimately to have him financially ruined. Unfortunately, for this period of time in Russia, some people will have to suffer. And that's not what we really want. But this man knows nothing else. So on behalf of the community, thank you for being here. Thank you for having the value system. Thank you for working with us. But understand one thing, that ultimately Russian disinformation, the Russian Federation headed by Putin, does nothing else but spread disinformation. We need to be strong, and Australia, I think, is strong. This rally, behind you, there are probably hundreds of others who support you who can't be here today. So thank you, and in conclusion, I want to say this, there are a couple of other speakers who will be speaking from other communities a bit later on, but we have a chant. We used to say, what do we want? Somebody out. So what do we want? Putin out. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Putin out. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Putin out. When do we want it? Now. Slava Ukraini.